Good morning, Professor. Welcome to.
Good morning. Can we start now?
Yeah, hi, sir. This is Akash Dubey this side. Good morning to all the participants. Today we have with us Emeritus Professor C.C. Lance Fang. He was trained and worked as Marine Radio and Electronic Officer in Hong Kong during the 70s. He graduated with a BSc degree with first class honors and a AM Engineering degree from the University of Wales, UWIST. His PhD degree was awarded by the University of Western Australia with a thesis on artificial intelligence and power system engineering. He has taught at Singapore Polytechnic, Curtin University, and Murdoch University, where he was appointed Emeritus Professor in 2015. His roles have included Associate Dean of Research, Postgraduate Research Director, and Director of Center for Enterprise Collaborative in Innovative Systems. He has supervised to completion over 31 doctoral students and published over 335 academic articles. His contributions can be viewed at IEEE Explore, ResearchGate, Google Scholars, etc. Professor Lance has been a dedicated volunteer for IEEE for over 26 years in various positions in the chapter WA section, Australia, Council, and Region 10 Executive Committee. Professor Lance continues his research and supervision of postgraduate studies and his motto is learning has no boundary. He has been emeritus professor at Murdoch University and a candidate for 2021-22 IEEE Region 10 Director-elect, Chair 2020 IEEE Asia Pacific Region, Educational Activities, past Chair IEEE New Initiative Committees, past Chair IEEE Technical Program Integrated Committee, Member 2020 IEEE Section Education Outreach Committee, Member 2020 IEEE Conference Finance Committee, Member 2020 IEEE Conference Quality Committee. With this short bio, I would like to hand over the session to Professor Lance Fang. Over to you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much for the introduction and also for the invitation. This is not my first time to deliver a talk to your ITM Baroda University in Vadodara. As a matter of fact, I've already delivered one on the 11th of July. I've already delivered one on the 11th of July on the topic of educational resources and emerging technologies. But for those of you who have already heard my talk, I hope you have find those information useful. I will repeat part of those talk because I'll just introduce myself. But today I'm talking in terms of the writing the research paper for productive academic career. Because when I received the invitation, I was told that mainly the audience is going to be students. And I also take this opportunity to thank you for the honor that I'm able to speak together with the other eminent speakers, Professor Jane Lee Jiang from Tsinghua University, Professor Chong Wang Tung from University of Malaya, and also Professor Ian Ferguson from Kennesaw State University. Okay, again, I take this opportunity to thank you for the invitation from Digvijoy Saka, who is the coordinators for this cell for the promotion of international exchange on faculty and students. I'll make it quite clear that as far as my presentation is concerned, it's entirely my own opinion and experience. They're not necessarily the opinion of IEEE. And I also, looking at the topic itself, that I'm not really teaching you how to write a paper, because I do believe that you as a academics student, and also you are aiming to do further research, or maybe even if you have started your academic career, you should really by now know how to write a paper. And as a matter of fact, if I tell you that I can teach you in how to write a paper in just 45 minutes, or so, well, by just giving you some snake oil is absolutely impossible. You really need to learn along the way, then also you have to learn the experience. Nevertheless, I'm trying to give some information from behind the writing and the consideration. In particular, that I would advise you to start some planning right from the very beginning. And as I have said, my target audience is for the undergraduate and postgraduate students, for early career researchers, and also anyone who is interested in research for publications, etc. So as far as my agenda is concerned, I start off by quickly take a look as I introduce myself. And not so much, and just letting you know my history, because really my history is completely irrelevant to you, because it doesn't really matter, you know me before or you know me in the future or not. But I'm just hoping that just sharing with you some information you can find about a certain researcher, and also maybe some resources. Well, I hope you may find it useful from my university website. But I go back to this question: why should I write and publish? Well, maybe to me, it doesn't bother anymore. Well, because as you have heard, I get my emeritus appointment in 2015. So what it means is officially I have retired in 2015, 5 years ago. The emeritus position is only an honorary position, but that will still allow me to do my research and the publication as I want. But I'm no longer a paid employee of the university. But although I still have my more or less a lifelong honorary appointment. So as I talk a little bit about plans, because I think it's really important, in particular, if you are at the beginning of your study. When I say you might be coming to the end of your undergraduate study, you might be planning for future study, you might be planning for postgraduate studies. So it's really important. You need to start planning right from the very beginning stage. And I must admit that